Let me know if you can hear me, guys.
Good afternoon, folks. Let us know if you can hear us now. Let us know if you can hear us now. We're going to be circling back. We're going to be circling back to all the things we said. Never said anything.
We said only a couple of things.
We only said a couple of things.
Number one, I said Priya seems to have access to Facebook again.
Priya and Charles Johnson.
Yeah.
So they get access back to Facebook.
You know, they just don't have. I don't understand how she missed a few things. Like Rogers, you know, did she miss that? I don't know if she.
Rogers because that woman over the weekend. You missed that. Priya's back on Facebook, bro, talking about CCJ.
I think she missed the DPP also when the DPP had written that letter based on her post. She had to miss that.
Judy, we got place. We're going to mix it Anil as we perseverance of this rising forward, and we have been seeing for every case that rising forward loses, you understand?
Listen.
So they're using the Priya on social media. Priya just find back your voice.
I don't know. This is Priya. This is Priya's account, right? Priya never said that she gave anybody else access to this account. Priya just posts from this account herself. Priya says almost every election or political matter, the High Court seems to be getting it right, and the Court of Appeal wrong. Here again, the CCJ says the Court of Appeal is wrong and have to be ruled in favor of the. It's wrong to have ruled in favor of the AP and UFC. At some point, we must examine these things openly. We're asking for open examination, Sharon.
Yes, of the court system.
Yep. That is our
duty.
And that is our duty as conscious citizens, Sharon.
Yeah, she wanted to go ahead.
She said courts are independent, but I'm saying the but because she put but in capital letters. But must be accountable and answerable to the people they seek to serve a nation. What informs the Court of Appeal in these matters, she asks. Where would we have been as a country if we did not have the Caribbean Court of Justice as our final court? Priya, Sharon, Priya.
Where would we be if we didn't have Anil McLennan who said to the DPP, I find no reason or insufficient reason why Magistrate Leon Daly should not preside over the Watson issue. They want to have the court. An examination?
Priya did not have access to her Facebook then, Sharon.
Oh.
Priya didn't have access, Sharon. Priya says we need to examine these matters openly. I think we need to break down the DPP and examine that matter very openly. I wonder if Priya's going to agree with us there. Or she just means that certain matters.
You got to unpack the DPP.
Unpack. Your share is a negative right now, -10. That's where he is with the DPP and the level of confidence there. Priya is, that's what she said, Sharon. That's all she could have whipped up to put on her Facebook page there. They're different. These people are very, very different.
Wow.
But Anil was absent today, Sharon. I didn't see him. I don't know. Was he absent?
Wow.
I think Anil wasn't there.
Anil lost internet connection. Just like minimum weekend.
Anil lost congratulations yesterday. Anil had his show last night. Anil absent from here today. From here today, you know, Anil just disappeared.
That's how they operate, and then they resurface a couple days later when things die down.
That is true. It matter. You go low for a little bit. I think they have this standard operating procedure in which there's a scandal. This is how you do it. You go low. You stay off of social media a bit. You don't say anything. You don't comment or anything, and then you come back with a bag and make some announcement totally away from the matter at hand, and you pretend as though it never happened.
Yeah. So, folks, Priya just find your voice back. The wild person just found the voice back. And then Charles Ramson.
I didn't check on him as yet. You know, I tried to manage my emotions.
You try to hear them on some sensitive issue like OC Rogers, but they're running to talk about the CCJ. They're finding back Facebook.
Are they talking, but are they talking about what the CCJ said about Nandlal and him actually putting out that bit that he did yesterday on social media? I didn't notice any of the PVP members actually mentioned.
No, we didn't talk about that. We didn't talk about it.
Okay.
So let us circle back to your boy, the Attorney General. Let's circle back to the Attorney General for a minute or two. And I want to quote, I'm going to know what with our fully website credible sources has. We will go with what the Attorney General, with what news source, another credible source. Let's go with news source on this day. So last evening, the Attorney General put out a statement on his Facebook page purporting or stating that the CCJ upheld rather, that's really his money, we are in English now, upheld their considerations. That's what he said. It led us to believe that the CCJ had given some advance warning to the AG. That is what we like to believe.
Fair assumption.
And here we should be a right thinking, reasonable person.
You know, as the majority of Guyanese, I don't have any legal background or anything, but when you see that announcement being made, that, I was under the impression that this man had the thumbs up from the CCJ to go out and put this bit of information out there.
No. He was right. But he was wrong. Because the CCJ is telling us that Anil and Bilal did get advance notice. But there was an agreement we should not have released that information to the public. Lacho? He should not have released that information to the public. Well, the CCJ didn't take too lightly to that. The CCJ didn't take lightly to this breach of trust. If the CCJ don't trust the AG, how this country will trust the AG? Hear what the CCJ said. And I told you, we are picking up this report out of news source. And they use the word, the CCJ, hauling. Haul. Their words. Hauling the AG. He knew what was coming and ran from the CCJ this morning. Ran. Like a coward would run. He ran from the CCJ because, as usual, put it, they're hauling in. Nobody calls for what he did.
This is the Attorney General.
It is the Attorney General of not only a country, it is the oil producing republic. News source captured what happened in the CCJ this morning. It is saying that in registering the CCJ's disappointment, Justice Whip said of the Attorney General's actions, and you have to take this and bank it. This is totally unacceptable. They said of the actions of Anil and Bilal. Putting all that information out there. It is totally unacceptable. Hear what follows. Hold on. Hear what follows. Lacho, Ramsing, Mark Francis, Mayan, Mark, Jana, Offset. Listen to what follows. They said to the Attorney General, it is totally unacceptable. We don't take lightly. We don't take risks lightly at all. We don't take this lightly at all. He said, going forward, the court will have to determine how it treats with such actions. Justice Smith went on. Justice Smith had him while he came this morning. He went on. He said, it only goes to show how dangerous these things are. My God. It's you in this case, man. Right? Of the winning attorney, he said it only goes to show how dangerous these things are. Wait till it gone up from Justice Witt. Justice Witt said, if we cannot have any trust in counsel,
Damn.
Lord have mercy, if we cannot have any trust in counsel and in the Attorney General office, not even speaking about the Attorney General himself, if we cannot have trust in counsel, see the counsel, you see, S3E at the back of some people don't mean that, you know. I've never seen such a juvenile, stupid move from a man people say break and compose himself as a chatry. If we cannot have any trust in counsel, this is the CCJ talking, right? About even Ali's Attorney General, about Barrett Dudley Attorney General. If we cannot trust Nandalal and the office he represents, you know, what is to happen?
They were crazy to trust that him and his office in the first
place. But here is why, Gary, y'all know over that news shows. Y'all know over that. The Attorney General was not present during the hearing. Wow. Very uncharacteristic of the chatry. He was not present. The court says this is dangerous. What Nandalal did. If we cannot have trust in counsel or in the Attorney General's office, when are they going? That's the same thing the kind of civil asking says to come in. If Nandalal could treat the CCJ like this, how would he treat you, Tarita? How would he treat me?
I wouldn't trust Nandalal with my dog. I don't know if I can.
Clearly, the CCJ will not trust him with any confidential information moving forward. Clearly. That is the CCJ speaking there about the oil-producing republic. Attorney General.
Sarah, the people have a disposition. They have a way in which they have been allowed in Guyana to carry on and do things without adhering to any rule of law.
Talk to us about
that. Is what is going on here.
And the thing is,
he do that at any level.
Oh, I see.
He has been doing it over and over again here. Just do whatever you feel pleased to do.
What's it come to do?
Exactly.
Wow. And he's alone with that.
Not only allowed, they are allowed, they are protected. We are seeing this is not a matter with him alone. This is how the entire cabal operates. All of them, that's what they go out and do. You know,
and they think that would pass muster with CCJ.
And Lacho best comeback is it wasn't the AG.
Right? Oh, it's who? A spirit?
Thought it was Lacho.
It's Lacho? Lacho, if you mention the AG page, shame on you. But you know there's number if it's you. You know you call your victim instantly. Huh? It was the AG.
It's the AG spirit. Come on.
Why you tell the quarter?
You be surprised.
Listen to me. We're not to be friends for me to feel ashamed. When the highest court in our hierarchy of courts pronounce on a brother like this, I feel shame for Anil. I feel like when Barbados put them shame bench for sit up, that's how I feel. Right? Justice Witt, speaking on behalf of the court, says the court is disappointed and finds the Attorney General action totally unacceptable.
Totally unacceptable.
Totally unacceptable.
How else do you come? How do you come back from that? You know how? Like the PPP, Anil is gonna come back. Listen, Anil's gonna put on his shirt and tie on his jacket and come
And he
back.
yes,
too. Like he never did anything wrong. As this is acceptable and all of that.
The CCJ will remember. The CCJ, the CCJ says, I don't know if they can be Barry or what. But they said, we don't take this lightly. We don't take this lightly. This is CJ. Wow.
Yeah, but then you have some more.
I don't see the council. Oh, shit, I don't know what's in the council come to. I don't know. The court, as we said, says this is dangerous. What the Attorney General did, putting all that information. Folks, let me see if I can channel the court in a vernacular and stand. It's the most stupid, foolish, nastiest thing we've seen in a long time.
I must spit out my water there.
For a man who's supposed to be, you see me 4 feet saying that but I'm not even looking wet and I'm enjoying it. Because the Court of Appeal, our final Court of Appeal, is just giving an appraisal on the Attorney General's conduct and they say we find it dangerous. Unacceptable. If we cannot trust counsel, or if we cannot have trust in the Attorney General's office, where are we going? Every CCJ can trust the Ali government and the Ali Attorney General's office. That is, I must trust them. If Jamaica must trust them, if you must trust them,
not me, Chef.
maybe Lacho could trust them. Maybe government could trust them. If Heineken must trust them, if Senaya must trust them, Jason McDonald must trust them. For a program, are we funny? Who must trust them? That's what the CCJ said about them by the Attorney General. If we cannot trust them, where we go in? Where we go in? They said they find it unacceptable his actions, putting all this information beforehand. When the court had not formally handed down his decision. Oh, you are talking the man last night? Huh? You are talking the reading law. I left home to read law when I was flying the papers in the back of the class. Oh, all right. Well, the court, our apex court, has spoken on the matter of the Attorney General's action. I know last night you laughed me. So you laughed me. This is what you're all about. Making much ado of nothing. Making much ado. I'm the syntax right now. Making much ado of nothing.
Ask me numbers, Shed. Ask me numbers.
Right. All right. Let me see the data now. You can take that in the back. I'm banking.
I think it's a very embarrassing situation for the office of the attorney
and for the country,
and for the country, because this is no position that your AG should be in. This is not an ordinary person. He wears a cap. He occupies office and seat of attorney.
And it's I think he's paying more than the Prime Minister.
I believe he is. I have to check that back. But it is an extremely embarrassing situation, and it just goes back to what I was speaking about earlier, that they are so used to doing things however they so feel pleased, without respecting any rule of law, that is how he carried on, without even thinking. It's like second nature. Oh, I got this document, let me just go throw this information out there, as though there is no consequence.
The CCJ doesn't mean for them to hold power, but not respect it as an institution.
Yep. I don't know what is going to be his comeback, because I do know that, like I said, he missed his program last night, because I was anxiously awaiting his explanation as to why he would make such a pause. He missed the program last night. He seems to have missed court today.
Wow.
So I don't know what's going on with him. probably not answering his phone and things like that either. I don't know what is going on at his end, but he should be embarrassed, totally embarrassed by his own action.
Folks, you must understand.
By his own action.
This is historic and unprecedented that we have. We always make the news for the wrong reason, regionally and internationally.
Yeah. Why he could not wait until this?
This can be the Gleaner, it can be the Express, it can be the Observer, throughout the region and internationally. Here you have an Attorney General who can't keep his mouth shut on private, confidential matter, even when
somebody said
he makes the pledge to do so. Right? If the CCJ can't trust them, I must trust them with contents in a ballot box. Give me a break. I must trust them. Or trust the system. It can be nothing when all these statutory documents missing from the ballot boxes that Anil was in charge of. Well, not in charge of, but that Anil worked on that East Coast, so it's correctly. Worked on that East Coast, perhaps with the campaign manager. Right? And incidentally, in all of those villages that favor the PPP, the traditionally vote PPP, none of the statutory documents in those ballot boxes. And I must trust them. When Anil was in the East Coast, again, he was not in charge of the ballot boxes, but he was working at the East Coast. He had responsibility for their party's political machinery on the East Coast. I must trust it. Any CCJ said we can't trust these boys. If we cannot support, if we cannot have any trust in council, it's really talking about is right there. It's Anil. If we cannot have any trust in council or in the Attorney General's office, where we going? Wow.
Yeah, I do not. I want to just dial in. I just want to segue a little bit off of what Anil Nandlal, clearly the embarrassing position that he has put the country in with his actions. One of the things that I see, I know that there are some like there are some of the PPP folks that will come online and they are like not thinking it through. Like they see this as a victory for. But there's a victory for whom? Like you have to understand the dynamics of what an election petition is, and the gravity of the matter to know that this is a severe loss to Guyanese altogether. And I don't want us to get away from that position.
Patricia, in keeping with your tenor, I think Elisa Durant has the wisdom and has captured it so succinctly. One of our viewers, an ardent listeners, Elisa says here, let me see if I can summon the comments correctly. Right? Apologies just for a second. Eliza says here, the CCJ should have thrown out the matter for Anil's breach of confidentiality. That is what it is. Breach of confidentiality. What Anil did places the CCJ in disrepute.
Yeah.
Now this can be a lawyer. Elisa Duran has brought the CCJ into disrepute. It shows the CCJ as not having any credibility. Listen, you got to listen for the hour.
It's very true, and again, I want to say, going back to and my position comes from the fact that I always tell you folks that I sat in a recount station for 33 days. So I know the competence of the ballot boxes when they were open, and this is a tremendous loss for democracy when it comes to making sure that you have a strong electoral system in place and all of those things, because as Guyanese, regardless of who you support, you should want, and I just use the word should very, very carefully, you should want a system in place that is transparent, that is firm, that does not have all the avenues and the loopholes for persons to go in and just basically do nonsense.
And that is why, go ahead, Rita. I lost my thought.
I was distracted a little bit.
I'm sure.
I was distracted by Lasha, who said CCJ is we own.
That is why. You go ahead.
So,
I don't know if you go to that, but Anil.
Yeah, I don't know what she means. Like, who's on
That is why
PPPs? Like, she needs to qualify that statement.
we have been saying, Twitter, the PPP, the CJJ to the PPP is a means to that they have no respect really for the institution. None.
But let us not again,
Right?
Sharon.
He think he in National Assembly will speak up his doing.
Yeah, basically.
He think in National Assembly.
That's how they operate.
The PPP we've been saying believes that election alone is democracy. See, really nothing else.
You would remember it was Gunraj that came out making pronouncement instead of the chairman of GCOM.
Yeah.
The chairman had to come out and say, he's not.
He was not authorized.
He was not authorized,
He
basically.
was authorized the PR person.
On her behalf and all of those things. But there's another important matter that we must bring out, and
Tell
the
us.
fact that this is not a case of meritocracy. This is a case of technicality. The technicalities of it is what was being ruled upon there, whether or not it was thrown out on the right basis and those things. Like Raj was absolutely correct when he put it over in the form that he did, when he said that you can't have something that you have 10 persons actually going with the case, and if one wasn't serving the time matter, then that disqualified all the other 9 that was done correctly. But the ruling is what the ruling is there. But I'm saying to Guyanese is that this is a severe loss, and we cannot go trumping and blowing the horns of democracy when these things are not upheld. We don't have an election petition for one of the most questionable elections that in my lifetime, the most questionable election, right?
Holly Charles says the CCJ dead with PVP, both are corrupt. Romney Andrew says, now other countries watching us, what an embarrassing moment for Guyana, AG. And the CCJ put Guyana in this situation, yeah?
Yeah.
We can tell them about that. They don't listen to us.
Yeah, it's horrible, but I go back to the 2 points that persons need to understand. Is that the first point is this is not a case that was tried and it on any merit whatsoever, none. Right? It wasn't that, and again that when you're talking about election petitions, you have to understand that if these cases are not heard, we are 10 steps backwards, to put it very lightly, when it comes to strengthening our electoral system and making sure that we have a system that is strong, that we can proudly say that democracy can prevail in our country. Because if these things do not go forward, we are not having the avenues to strengthen the systems that is completely flawed here. Our electoral system is flawed. We need to fix it. There are too many avenues for persons to go in there and commit electoral fraud, and that is not something that anybody should be proud of, no matter who you are. It doesn't matter who you support.
And the government says the CCJ to people back home. There might be something there. Something very, very appealing. Sherman Roberts says CCJ in our pocket. Yeah. Julia Michelle has a comment as well, and Joan says here to us that the CCJ just exposed the lack of credibility and confidentiality. Thankfully we already knew that. Right? We already knew that. It's not really calling the chairman of the Ghana Police Service Commission asking for favors. Right? We already know they have no confidentiality about them. Right? Justice Will says here, and again, folks, we're quoting here out of real source. Right? It only goes to show how dangerous these things are if we cannot trust counsel or the Attorney General's office. Right? We're here. Amazing, that's bad. How unfortunate.
You can't do that, Sharon.
So, the Solicitor General, right, Squawk, or whatever his name is, the Solicitor General was trying to apologize. The damage is done. Your Honors, Squawk says, first we would like to place our sincere apology to the members of the court and to our colleagues. But what transpired as I have have instructed. And I should say that the Honorable Attorney General was traveling on government business in Barbados. And I have instructed that some foolishness he said here.
That is not he, basically.
You know? It wasn't he.
Somebody else.
So how the person got the judgment? It was given to him.
It wasn't he, but it.
You know what I'm saying?
I understand.
If the court trusted him with information, why is somebody else in possession of it? It's the same thing. It means he told somebody, it doesn't make it better.
It gives access of confidential records.
It doesn't make it better.
He's given access of confidential records to someone else. That's what that.
Oh yeah, it's even worse.
It's worse than you think.
It's worse. So let's go on the same line.
Yeah.
Right? Don't tell the court I gave the information to somebody that they posted on my Facebook page. You see what kind of cockamamie nonsense is this? It's not the person posted on their Facebook page. The person they access that you give the information to your page. Oh, that's a cockamamie one. Jesus have mercy. That's it, suicide. And this man, the chatry, there's gracing chatries everywhere. This is chatry. Oh, so it's better that you get the information to somebody else and they post it? Or you have it in a draft, post holding, and the vendor looking at them draft, if you can have a draft post, and post it, and you have the give me a break. Give me a break, Chief. Biggest cockamamie story. Don't make it worse.
That is trying to save face. That's
Yeah. You travel with somebody else, but you have the Facebook page, and just knew the information the court sent me. Private and confidential.
Not only did they know it,
it makes it better.
They were of legal soundness that they went through it and deciphered that this is the judgment and put it in just one sentence there for Guyanese to read.
Attorney Class 7 says told the court that the Attorney General's action brought the court into disrepute.
That's what it is.
And he referenced the comments that followed the post. Peter said in irrespective of whether it was the judgment itself, it was the content and the result of the judgment that was published. He added that the premature release put the administration of justice into disrepute. And the attorney said the comments did not put the CCJ in a positive light. Right? The court, Father have his mercies. The court has demanded a public apology from the Attorney General.
That page going to go down, Cheryl. It's not going to be working.
The Solicitor General, while apologizing to the court, the Solicitor General works for the Attorney General, by the way, just so you know the hierarchy there. The Solicitor General, Scott, was, while apologizing to the court, also provided an undertaking that the public apology will be made.
Listen, the CCJ gonna warn these
people. Hold on.
The CCJ gonna warn these people. Finally they haven't yet.
The CCJ judges, Streeter, members of the listening public, and home and abroad, the CCJ judges said they will discuss the unacceptable incident among themselves further. What an embarrassment! Say, Anil, big hole in himself, say, you didn't travel that somebody had access to your page. And information that was sent to hearing confidentiality, instruction and confidence, was given to somebody else. Who posted it? Oh, I can see how the committee gave this for you. I can see how that committee gave this for you. And this Anil and God, when he came before the court, give us a break. Give us a break.
That's why he fights desperately for cases not to be heard on merit.
Oh, but on technicality.
Yes.
We good. Oh, wow.
You know that the relief that the PPP is breathing.
But I'm looking for Anil to tell the court in the apology. I'm looking for Anil to tell the court in the apology. I gave the information to somebody that he sent a new confidentiality and they released it on my Facebook page. That's why I want to tell the court. Right? What Anil should do, one should do. Don't even disgrace the office further by putting AG out on it. Your honors, I F up. I'm sorry. I throw myself at the mercy of the court. Full stop. Don't do nothing else. I'm begging your AG. I'm begging you. Don't disgrace me further. Your honors, I F up. I beg your apology. Throw yourself at the mercy of the court. First up, don't add nothing else to them. Right? You can add eyes and ass. Good.
That's just.
You can add a couple of things. I've never seen anything like this. This is Donald Trump Caribbean style.
This
administration.
This is not a win for nobody, and I think one of the things.
This Donald Trump Caribbean style.
I think the post itself actually at the end of it, what Guyana, the people, what was it? Guyana or the people?
Shania said we will discuss the young people bargaining chambers. We will discuss this further.
That's a disrepute that the attorney was speaking about, because correct. That is the criticism.
Wow.
Those are the assumptions that will be put out there right now, and it's absolutely it's crazy. It's crazy.
The court has demanded a public apology from the Attorney General. Wow. Who could you win a case and lose it the same way? What did you think it be? How could you win a case and you lose it the same day? The same day.
Something wrong there.
That's a remand. That's you're overbright. You know how they're going to overrate? You're overbright.
Well, they need to send him some notes on these things.
No notes, take the wrong notes.
Confidentiality and these things.
Wow.
Why is there century notes?
Wow.
Century notes there to definitely does not get the picture. We continue to go from one embarrassing situation to the next. We have the Ministry of Foreign Affairs being total embarrassment there with the minister. They are making all the wrong decisions. And then here we are, the Attorney General's office, this completely embarrassing situation. We don't want to talk about the OP, the Office of the President. That's an ongoing raveling out, but we can't seem to see the end of that anywhere in the near future. But it's something that you cannot defend. I think that there are certain things that we should not aim to defend. Not if you think that you are a PUP supporter and you support it. There are some things that you simply, it's better to close your mouth and let people assume you're full than to open your mouth and erase all doubt. That is the mantra that you should be living by right now, because these things cannot be defended.
Tallulah says Guyanese need to protect CARICOM to get rid of the CCJ. So Maxi Cobb says the CCJ released the decision to Anil early and Anil held them up. Yep. Correct on both counts. Correct on both counts. Wow. I will give you the apology though.
Anxiously.
So that's a video apology. Yeah.
But the thing is, he will have to come and face the public. And I don't know if he's going to come on his program next Tuesday, which I'll be watching. I'll just give that little bit of insight.
And then we always give important information.
Yes.
The confidential information. And they put on the Facebook page. Then we're going to cut the main one. I think they're going to leave now. Let me go to cut the main one.
Could you, Sher Duncan, tell anyone that, this is just my name here, but somebody else. I was traveling. I was on my way to Barbados driving. And then somebody, and it was brought to my attention that my page is making certain posts. Where does that fly? Like, at what level is that acceptable?
He thinks it's in the National Assembly.
He thinks that he can get away with anything. That's not here to do it. Not even at the level of national. That's how the people operate. Regardless, no matter where they go, that's how they operate. They have requirements that they have to go into indigenous community. When they go into indigenous communities, so they have to seek permission with to try to just walk in. Like, what the hell ever?
Correct. Well, the CCJ just put a stop to them. The CCJ Ladies and gentlemen, just put a stop to them. And the CCJ has said, we will discuss this unacceptable incident among ourselves further. Because Justice Smith did tell us, won't take this lightly. Wow. Interesting. Interesting. This is unprecedented. The stupidity.
I see Amelia's king. Behave yourself over there. Good. That's all I have to say to Amelia's king. Behave yourself.
Unprecedented. Folks, there you have it. And I think said these words to close the book.
Close what book?
The book. The book.
But like I we have to keep I think what needs to be done most importantly is for the details of the last election to be out in public or full blown again, and because with or without an election petition case being heard, Guyanese need to have the blatant fact of the information placed before them so that they will be able to make their own decisions. And if there's one thing that I learned when it comes to making persons informed is that you need to keep bringing back the information to the front over and over again. And I think with this this judgment that was handed down there yesterday by Anil and then after by the CCJ today, I think it is absolutely important for that entire period, particularly the period of the recount, to be put back to the front again, and for persons to have the reminder as to why the importance of the petition was put there, and also for persons to be reminded that this case was not thrown out on any merit basis, and it's purely because of a technicality, and that technicality was the judge served late. Right? So there's no way, no matter who you represent, if you are a PPP representative, there's nothing that you can be proud of. That doesn't say anything good for you. The only persons that will be happy about that is people who honestly and truly believe that the PPP rigged the 2020 election, and they do not want the information and the facts to come to the front. Those are the only persons that would be proud of that right now. It is not a win for Guyanese. It is not a win for Guyana. We are supposed to be heading on a pathway of development. We are supposed to be looking to a process of strengthening our democracy and all of that. This does not allow for that to happen. And because of that, we are in an even more dire state of electoral reform urgency. I put it over like that because we did note the announcement we made, particularly as it concerns the local government election, and those dates being put out there right now. I think it's between March 14th to 24th or 13th to April 24th. But I think that's date given there, guys. And when we talk about elections, there's absolutely nothing to look forward to if we are not going to have elections petitions heard. There's nothing to look forward to because we will not see the details. We will not see where the loopholes are for electoral fraud, and we will not have the opportunity to plug those loopholes up so that persons will not go into an election and the election being determined before the first ballot is actually cast.
Yeah.
That is the big mess that we're dealing with right now, and that's how best I can put it over.
Yeah. That's going to do it for us in this end, folks. We're going to be back this evening in the rain. You don't want to join us then. You don't want to join us. We'll be back with you this evening with more as we unpack what went down in the CCJ this afternoon. And this breach of trust, breach of confidentiality by the Attorney General's and the Attorney General's office. We'll talk more about that this evening. Take care. Stay safe.
All right, guys. See you back at 8 p.m. Have a good day.